Idea of what the roadmap for reopening schools may look like here in North Alabama. The idea, of course, is for local school systems to adapt and implement these plans to best fit their needs.
Absolutely. So let's find out how local school leaders are planning for the fall session. Joining us right now via Zoom, Madison City School Superintendent Dr. Ed Nichols. Dr. Nichols, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Marie.
Thanks for joining us this morning. After listening to Dr. Mackey kind of lay out the state's strategic plan, it seems more of what we expected. State oversight with some local control. Were there any surprises to you at all when he laid this out Friday?
Not really. I think one of the largest things to think about was the virtual platform that the state was going to provide each of the school districts. And so we needed to get kind of a feel for what that was going to look like as it relates to training our staff.
The virtual plan is what you're talking about. When it comes to those who, we were just talking to her mother, and you just heard her talking about the fact that her child is immunocompromised, there will be some parents out there that are a little gun-shy, if you will, of sending their students back to the classroom. Will they get some extra consideration there?
Yes, and we absolutely understand parents' concerns about that. We sent out a survey last week, and we've had almost 2,000 parents and teachers respond. And we will look at those students. We have students that have compromised health issues. We have staff and faculty with that. We also have services that we need to provide students that are difficult to give if they're not somewhat face-to-face. So we're looking at all of those as we set our procedures. We have a task force that will meet tomorrow of teachers and parents, even students that are on that task force, administrators, to help put those procedures in place to give the multiple options of either face-to-face or virtual or hybrid for our students.
Dr. Nichols, why is it so important to make sure that you have members of the community and in other parts of the school district join in on this effort moving forward?
Well, I think, and I've always believed that you get as much information as you can from all the stakeholders that are involved, and it helps you to make a better decision. It's a lot quicker if you just gather a few people in a room and do it, but it's not the right way. So sometimes taking a few days extra, making sure you get good feedback helps to make a better decision, which is better for our students and our staff and our parents and our community.
The way we understand it, and we'll continue to talk to you superintendents down the road because I think that communication continues to need to happen, but the way we understand it is the superintendent along with the state health department will be kind of providing that guidance. So this could change at a given notice, a given moment in time, right?
Oh, you're right. This is a very fluid situation we're dealing with as we get our feedback from the Department of Health, as we see cases increase or decrease. So we've got to have a plan not only for where we are today, as though that was the day we started school, but we also have to have contingency plans for what we do if it gets worse in the days ahead or better. So, it's kind of hard to say you have a crystal ball and you're trying to look at that. That's a little challenging to think about. But again, we just feel confident that when we get our stakeholders together, we take this feedback that we've gotten from our community and our stakeholders, that we have a better chance of making plans that can be adjusted.
And we do think that everybody appreciates that this is just unraveling right now. It was just unveiled Friday. You folks already have a plan. You're adjusting to that plan, too. So we'll continue that communication process down the road. In the meantime, Madison City School Superintendent Dr. Ed Nichols, thanks again for joining us this morning.
Thank you, and thank our community for their support and their feedback.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Dr. Nichols. It is 6:09 right now on your Monday morning. This morning, we're learning